Great companies aren't built on average talent. In private equity-backed, high-growth businesses, the right operator changes everything. Onward Headhunting partners with founders, operators, and investors to build elite finance, strategy, and operations teams. From early hires to exit-ready leadership, we deliver the talent that drives outcomes. If you are scaling or transacting, go onward. Visit onwardheadhunting.com or find us on LinkedIn to learn more.
This is Scott Becker with the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. Today's discussion is going to be how to approach your first job and what you have to do and never listen to the boss. Bear with me and I'll try and explain this. You'll also get episodes this week on NVIDIA, on Microsoft, the 5 big PE funds, and clarifying life. So this title, your first job, don't listen to your boss. Here's what I mean here. And the advice, of course, is going to be counterintuitive. Of course, you got to listen to your boss. But here's what we're talking about specifically. When you get to your first job and your boss says to you, oh, no, it's fine to leave early. It's fine to take Friday off. It's fine if you don't complete that right now. What's really happening is your boss is trying to avoid conflict. And so he or she is telling you what you want to hear. But he or she in their mind is basically keeping some kind of analytical spreadsheet in their mind, very subjective, very objective, what have you, just very sort of come and go as to what do they really think about this employee. Is this employee really making a difference? Are they really in it? Are they showing the drive and motivation we need? Or are they just picking up a paycheck? So every time you say to your boss, is it okay if I take this off? Is it okay if I don't do this? And your boss says, fine, of course, not a problem. What your boss is really saying is, sure, but I've now marked you down a little bit on my overall view of your long-term career prospects. And I think many people in this world of conflict, adversity, especially when there's so much conflict in other places, don't understand that when they're not giving 100% and their boss says it's okay not to give 100%, the contract between boss and employee is more along the lines of, fine, you don't have to give 100%, but also you also don't have to get the best raises, the best promotions. You also might not be the person that we need for the long run at the company. So what I would tell people is, even if your boss gives you the answer you want to hear, you have to also think about how it reflects upon you for the long run in your job and how they look at you. I think many sort of junior and senior people sort of miss this memo or miss this understanding of what is the boss really thinking. I have the great beauty of working with some incredibly reliable people. They get back to me right away. They do what they're supposed to do. They do beyond what they're supposed to do, and they do it with a great attitude. That, as someone who's working with people, contracting with people, employing people, is something that I can't tell you how much I appreciate. Other people say to me things like, I'll do it that way if you want me to, which I hear as, okay, that means you hate this and don't really like it, but you're willing to do it my way. And all these things, even though all okay in passing, ultimately lead to bosses, employers, leaders looking at things in different ways and evaluating people in different ways. Are you really trying to be great? Are you trying to get by? Are you difficult to work with? All of those things are things that bosses look at, and they can't help themselves every single day, every single moment in how they assess who they want to build their team around for the long run. In any event, thank you so much for listening. If I could work with 10 Chanel Bungers, who is my executive producer, that would make my life perfect and simple because she is so great and so reliable. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast. I hope this resonates with people. I'd love your feedback on it. Some people might hate it. Some might like it. 773-766-5322. But I'd love your feedback. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business and the Becker Private Equity Podcast.